Hey there, it's Ann Carden here, and I want to talk to you if you want to get more clients or customers for your business. Today I want to share with you how you can close the gaps in your marketing that is probably keeping you from getting more clients and customers in your business. Now, before I dive into this, I want you to first understand that marketing and sales are two different processes, and people lump them together all the time like they're one, but they are actually separate processes in a business. And so you really have to figure out, if you're not getting enough clients and customers, is that a sales problem or is that a marketing problem? But I'm going to talk today about marketing, and marketing is really how you generate leads for your business, period. That's the purpose of marketing. I know a lot of small business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches will say, well, marketing is about building your brand. Well, yes, you build your brand with your marketing, but what's the purpose of building your brand? To get leads, right? To get business from that. And so you have to think about marketing is to generate leads, period. And until you have leads, you can't have clients and customers. All right? So I want you to think of marketing really as the oxygen to your business. Think about this. Could you survive without oxygen? No. Well, a business cannot survive without marketing. Every business on the planet starts with marketing. Every business on the planet continues with marketing, and it stays alive with marketing. If you stop marketing, your business runs out of oxygen and you will die. You will go away. And a lot of people don't understand this. You know, if I ask people, they'll say, well, sales are the lifeline, or sales are the lifeblood of a business. True, you do have to turn leads into sales, right? Yes, but it starts with leads. So today, we're going to talk about lead generation. And there are some pieces that a lot of people don't think about and don't have in place in their business. And often it's why they're burning up time, effort, and money trying to get more leads and more people coming to them than they could if they just dialed these things in and really figured these things out. All right? So I want you to think about three parts of lead generation. First of all, you've got lead capture. And this is kind of the beginning phase, okay? First, you have to capture leads. So this is kind of the beginning. But then once you capture those leads, you've got a second piece, which is the lead nurture. And this is the piece most businesses are missing, I will tell you that. So this is kind of the middle. And then you've got lead conversion. And I'm going to go into each one of these pieces. And this is kind of the after or the end. All right? So these are the three parts of making your marketing work. And here's the thing. You can have a breakdown in any of these areas. You can have a breakdown like maybe you're not getting enough leads, all right? So you have to figure out where's the problem. I'm going to go deeper into these, but where's the problem in the lead capture? Why am I not getting enough people coming to me like a magnet, right? But once you have people coming to you, are you now nurturing them? Are you putting them into your funnel and you're nurturing them? And then once you nurture them, the idea is to get them to want to convert at some point, right? So maybe you're getting enough leads, and then maybe you're getting enough calls, enough sales calls, but you're not converting them into sales. So then that becomes a sales problem, and I'll show you what to do with that as well. All right? So you've got lead nurture, which is the very beginning. Lead capture, which is the very beginning, lead nurture, which is the middle, and then lead conversion, which is kind of the end of what you are doing for your marketing. All right? Let me break each one of these down. So first of all, the lead capture is how you're getting people coming to you. All right? Now, there are multiple ways to do this, but it boils down to having a strategy. You need a strategy that's going to get people into your funnel. So the very first thing with this strategy, a lot of people start with tactics. A lot of business owners, entrepreneurs start with tactics. So they say, you know what, I'm going to be on Facebook, or I'm going to be on LinkedIn, or I'm going to do YouTube, or I'm going to run print ads, or I'm going to be on radio. I mean, there's no shortage of ways to market their business. Maybe they want to do a coupon ad or something along those lines. Those are all ways to market the business. But here's the thing. Most people don't have a strategy behind those tactics, and that's why their marketing doesn't work. You've got to understand strategic marketing versus tactical marketing, because strategic marketing is the secret sauce to making your marketing work. So let's talk about a strategy, because it's part of your lead capture system, all right? So first, you have to know, who are you trying to market to? Now, a lot of people might say, well, we know who our ideal clients are, but they haven't really broken down exactly who their profile of their ideal clients is. And so, for example, you've got to understand the demographics of your ideal clients, all right? And the demographics are like the data. What's their age? What's their income level? Are they professional? Do they have college degrees? Where do they live? All of those pieces of data that can be tracked. That's the demographic. But then you need the psychographic. And the psychographic is like the conversation going on in their head. So they have this problem they don't want, and they're looking for a solution that they don't have. So what's the conversation going on in your ideal client's head that you can put into your marketing so you can start pulling them to you like a magnet, all right? And so you've got to know the psychographics. What are their pain points? What are their hot buttons? What are their desires? What are the things that just really, drive them? That's what you need to know. You have to know how they're thinking, how they're feeling, the emotional things that they feel. All of that is part of the psychographics. And then you've got the characteristics. And that's really, who do you like to work with? What kind of people light you up? What kind of clients? Well, who are your best customers? It doesn't matter what kind of business you are. You know those customers. You're like, boy, if we could just get, 10,000 more of them, it would be great. We would have this great business. And then the ones that drain you and the ones that you're like, oh, I don't want more of them, right? We all have that. So when you really dial in, like, the characteristics of your ideal clients, now it's much easier, again, to kind of put all of that into your marketing so that you really are attracting the right people. So a good example of this is, let's say I'm looking for coaches, and I'm looking for coaches who are maybe not startup. They've been in business, I could say, for 3 to 5 years. That's data, right? Maybe I work best with people who are, 40 years old and up. I'm just making these things up, but 40 years old and up, okay? Maybe they're on their final career, and they're ready, for a new career. So they're building out this coaching business. They're high energy, they're high performers. They've been successful in their life. Maybe they've even been in business before. So because I'm helping them build their business, right? And so those would be all kind of the characteristics. Their values would align with mine. So all of those things can be pieces of what you are looking for. So you have the characteristics, the demographics, and the psychographics, all right? That's your who. Now you have to know, what do they want? Because you've got to sell them what they want, all right? Very important. And you can't sell them what they want if you don't know what they want. And you can't create the message that's going to resonate with them if you don't know what they want. So your what is what you're actually selling. And then it's also what you're saying. All right? So that's the second piece of a strategy. What are you selling and what are you saying? All right? The third piece of a strategy is the where. Where are they? And this is going to be your media. All right? So this is actually your market. This is your message. And this is your media. This is the where. Where are you going to find those people to put your message right in front of them? That's a strategy, okay? And then what's the end result you're trying to get? That's part of a strategy. So what is the end result you're trying to get? Are you trying to get them to book a call? Are you trying to get them to buy? Are you trying to get them into your marketing funnel, maybe on your email list? You have to know what the end result is for your strategy, all right? So that's the lead capture phase. Now the other piece of lead capture is you've got to be visible. And you need a marketing system that can be rinse and repeat that can give you a consistent flow of leads. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about automation here. A marketing system can be created many, many ways. I like to call it rinse and repeat. So, for example, let's say I get clients going out and speaking. How often do I need to speak to get the clients I want, right? Let's say I like to do workshops. How many workshops do I need to do to get the amount of clients that I want? Let's say I want to run Facebook ads. How many Facebook ads? How much money do I need to spend? How often do I need to run those to get the amount of customers and clients, or leads? I should say leads because they're not customers and clients yet. But how many leads do I need to get to, or how often do I need to run those to get the leads? All right. Now, the next piece of that is you have to know how many leads do you have to get to actually get clients, because you're not going to convert 100%, right? And so you have to kind of know these numbers. It's really a second piece of marketing. That's more the sales conversion. But you do have to know how you're going to get leads, and you have to be able to track and measure that so that you can actually have control over your marketing and over your business. And a lot of people think they have no control over their marketing, but the truth is, when you know this stuff, you really do, because you can ramp it up, you can ramp it down. You know, I think about one of my clients that I worked with about a year ago, and we dialed in such a great marketing system for him, and it was just one thing that I was helping him with in his business. You know, I do multiple things when I help people grow and scale their business, but he needed more customers and clients once we fixed some other things, and so we dialed in a Facebook marketing system. We ran 3 educational videos that educated and taught people about his business. I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then we actually retargeted them with an offer. Well, long story short, he ended up getting so much business from that system that we actually had to shut it down for a while, or slow it down. I don't think we shut it completely off. We let it run, but we let it run with a lot less money and a lot less effort. And then when he was ready, we ramped it back up again. And so that's a system, something that you have total control over, okay? Do you have that in your business? It's really important that you do, all right? So how are you visible? How are people seeing you? The more lines you can have in the water, the more opportunity you have to generate leads. So I love to go out and speak. I love to do workshops. I love to have a Facebook group that I've curated an audience, and I love to teach and train in there. I repurpose a lot of my content on YouTube, on LinkedIn, in different places, getting published, getting in the media, all of those things. And so that's a lot of lines in the water and a lot of ways people can see me and find me. And I have people come to me different ways, but I'm not really reinventing the wheel. So I'm not really out there marketing 100 ways, but I just know how to repurpose things so that it looks like I'm visible in a lot of places. And I am visible in a lot of places. And so you can do this as well. So I love to merge offline and online marketing, and I teach both to my clients, because when you can put both things together, you will have a very powerful brand that will consistently have leads flowing into your business. All right? So that's part of the lead capture process. Now let's talk about, and I'm going to do this, we're going to build a funnel here. So the lead capture is, again, your strategy. And we already talked about the pieces of that, okay? The next piece that you have to have in place, remember I said your lead capture is the beginning, right? That's dialing in the message, the who, where you're going to market, all of those things. But then this is the piece that most people miss in their business. And this is the lead nurture piece, all right? So the next piece of the funnel is lead nurture. And here's what I want you to realize. Only 1% of the market are now buyers, meaning most people are putting marketing out there like, buy my stuff, buy now, you know, buy this, buy that. But here's what most people don't realize. Only 1% are going to do that. So you can see how much money it's going to take to finally get a buyer, right? And it's going to be a little bit different for every business. But I mean, online, think about online marketers, for example. It might take them $400 or $500 or $600 a lead to actually get a client, All right. And it's going to vary depending on their marketing and what they're selling and all those kinds of things. But it takes a lot of money to get a lead. Lead acquisition is your most expensive thing really in your business. All right. And so even if you're using time, even if you're not automating everything, you're running ads, maybe you've got a marketing person, maybe you've got an assistant helping you do stuff, all of that costs money to your business, right? So it's all part of your lead acquisition cost or your client acquisition cost. So here's the thing, you don't want to waste those leads when they come to you. So when you actually are attracting people, you don't want those to go to waste because you've invested probably a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of maybe even money to get those leads coming to you. So you've got to put them into your funnel and you want to nurture them. And here's what the lead nurture phase is all about. Remember I said it's the middle, right? So you get them coming to you. And when people come to you, they're first they're cold, right? And then they find out about you and they're like, oh, okay, this looks pretty good. I want to give them something to do. Remember, I'm going to give them some sort of a call to action, or how can I get them to take some kind of an action? That's part of the lead capture, right? Remember, I said an offer. Now you get them into your funnel and you're actually going to move them what we call through the buyer's journey. And the buyer's journey is where you're going to nurture the rest of the people who don't buy. So they come into your funnel, maybe they opt in for something, or somehow you retarget them, or whatever that is. You get them to do something, take some kind of action, and they come into your funnel in some way, and now you're going to nurture those people until you move them through the buyer's journey and they become a hot prospect. All right? So you basically want to take them from cold to hot. And a hot prospect means now they're ready to book a call, they're ready to buy, they're ready to do whatever you want to do to make the sale. All right? Most people are missing this, and it's 99% of the leads. 99%. So here's a good example of what I'm talking about with this. Let's say I wake up this morning and I go, gosh, I think I would love to buy a new car. I really think I'm going to get a new car. Well, I'm probably not going to go out that day and get a car. So that would be a now buyer. Like if I woke up and said, you know what, today's the day I'm going to buy a new car. That would be a now buyer. I'm so sick of my car, or maybe my car breaks down and I'm done. I'm not going to put any more money into it. And I say, I'm just going to go get a new car. That's a now buyer, 1%. All right. But what if I wake up and I go, you know what, I think I want to get a new car. I think I'm about ready. What am I going to do? I'm probably going to go out online. I'm going to look at different vehicles. I'm going to go to different websites. I'm going to kind of do some research. What kind of car do I want? What color do I want? How much do I want to spend, right? All of those things are going to be parts of buying a new car. And so if you think about it, all of the nurturing phase is going to be kind of like your silent salesperson, all right? Your silent salesperson. So the idea is maybe that car dealership or that website that I go to, they make me give up my information to get access to look at all their vehicles. Or maybe they offer me some kind of a discount, a coupon that if I buy a vehicle from them, I can get, I can save $1,000 or whatever. So there's all kinds of lead generation things you can do on a website. But a smart business will have a lead generator on their website, something besides call us or book a call. Okay, they'll have they'll give somebody something to do so they can capture that information. I worked with a design company one time, and they did high-end kitchens and high-end bathrooms and things like that. And so we put on their website a lead generator that was actually like a guide that they could actually work through all the different things that they would have to go through with a salesperson or a consultant anyway when they were thinking about getting their kitchen remodeled or their bath remodeled. And so we just went ahead and put that on their website. People had to opt in for that guide, all the steps that they have to go through and all the things they have to think about before they get ready to remodel their kitchen. And so they were able to actually generate leads that way. And then people could even submit it to their company if they wanted to. And so that was one way that we were able to generate leads. Worked with with plumbing companies, and we've put coupons, or we've given some sort of a bonus for first-time buyers, for people visiting their website and buying for the first time and getting them into an email list, into their ecosystem, into their funnel. Okay, so every business can do this, and every business should be doing this. They should be giving people something to get from them without buying, because I'm not ready. Remember, I said I'm not ready. So I go to that website of that car dealership and I start looking, and they give me something to opt in for. All right, maybe it's a coupon, maybe it's whatever. And I opt in for that, and now guess what? I'm now on their email list, or I'm on their mailing list, or whatever I had to do to get what I got from them. And so now they can nurture me, and they can keep building their brand in front of me. They can keep educating me. They basically are going to convince me that I need to buy the car from them that I was looking at. All right, and so this is the purpose of the buyer's journey. It's like a silent salesperson. It's teaching you and educating you, but it's also building a brand, and it's also keeping you top of mind. So there's a lot of ways that you do this, and a lot of benefits to doing it, until I either say, you know what, I'm ready, or I say, this is no longer relevant to me, and I opt out, or I leave your funnel. All right. So, but if you're not doing this middle piece, you are going to miss out on 99% of the market. You know, sometimes people will come into my funnel and they might be there a weekend, and then all of a sudden they're booking a call. Or they might be in there for a week and they're booking a call. And then other times people come into my funnel and they might be in there for 2 years. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they book a call. And I'm like, I don't know who this person is. I've never really seen them. Just because they're on my email list doesn't mean I know who they are. And so I've never seen them. I've never heard from them. They've never liked any of my videos. They've never liked anything that I've done. I don't even know where they came from. And they'll say, Ann, I've been on your email list for 2 years getting all your stuff, and I wasn't ready because I was still working a job or whatever, and now I'm ready. I want to find out what it's like to work with you. Well, imagine if I would have never put them into my funnel to begin with. Okay? So an email list and all of that, a list to your business, is an asset to your business. It's worth money. It is money to your business, all right? So nurture them, nurture them, nurture them. The third piece to close the gap on your funnel is your lead conversion. And again, leads are not money, right? Until you turn them into a client or a customer. Now, here's the thing about the lead conversion. Once they're a hot prospect and they say, hey, I'm ready to have a conversation with you, or I'm ready to buy, or I'm ready to come into your business, or whatever that is, now you want to turn them into dollars, right? But let's say you don't. Let's say you don't close the sale. Then what happens? Well, you have two things that can happen. Number one, you should have a follow-up system in place, because just because they didn't buy today doesn't mean that they can't be nurtured just a little bit more, and then they'll take action. Now, I have this happen in my business. Somebody won't buy maybe something, a program or something I'm running at a particular time, just because maybe the timing is off for them. They're going to be gone a month, they're taking a vacation, they're like, I don't really want to get into this right now, I'll do it down the road. And then the next time, you know, I nurture them a little bit more, I follow up, then they're ready. And so you've got to be able to follow up, and you have to realize everybody's not going to close instantly. What are you doing with the people that aren't? You know, there's a saying, the fortune is in the follow-up. There's so much truth to that. So much truth to that. Most people give up in their sales process on kind of the first time or the second time, and you just can't do that. So here's the deal. Here's what makes this thing so beautiful is you can follow up, you know, for a little while, but then you can also move them back into your funnel and back into the nurturing process. And when you do that, again, you're going to move them through the funnel until they're either ready or they leave or they opt out. So this is how you can close the gap. So where is the breakdown in your marketing? Is it in the lead capture? Do you not have the right pieces in place, the right strategy in place? Are you not getting the right leads coming to you? If you're not getting the right leads coming to you, that's a message problem, okay? If you're getting a lot of good leads coming to you, they're quality leads, but you're not closing them, That's a sales problem. All right. Remember, I said they're two separate things. But let's say you're not getting enough leads. That's a marketing problem, right? You're not doing enough to get enough leads into your funnel or coming to you. And so that's a marketing problem. Now, if you are getting all the leads and all of that, but you maybe don't have a nurture system in place, then this is really what you need to focus on, because this is where you're probably losing a lot of money or missing out on a lot of clients and customers. So this is your gap. So get this in place. You should have a lead magnet of some kind, which is what I said, an opt-in or some way for them to get into your funnel. Or you want to have a way to nurture them. And so a funnel can be a lot of things. A funnel can be an email list. A funnel can be a Facebook group. A funnel can be a YouTube channel. A funnel can be, LinkedIn, a LinkedIn group. There's all kinds of ways to build funnels. It depends on your type of business to decide what kind of funnel is really going to be best. A funnel can be an automation. Now, I don't ever recommend that you automate until you validate. Get something working first, and then you can ramp it up and put it on steroids by automating it. But the problem is people try to automate before they validate, and that's where they burn up a lot of time and energy and money in their marketing. And I talk to business owners every single day that tell me they burn up hundreds of thousands of dollars in their marketing. And I have to tell you, that's why I teach marketing to business owners, to my clients, as well as, business growth and profitability and all those things, because I burned up hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing through the years, building 6 businesses before I really learned how to market and how to get good at marketing. And I'm so passionate about it, because if I would have known all the stuff years ago that I know now, it would have been a complete game changer in all of my businesses. Now, fortunately, I was able to sell all of those businesses and I did really well with them, but I could have done so much better if I would have known how to market my business more effectively. And it's kind of funny when I think back. I remember I used to run ads and things like that, and I used to tell my staff, I should have just thrown the money in the street and let the cars run over it, because I got nothing from it at all. Like thousands and thousands of dollars at a time, and I would be lucky if we even got a phone call. And I just didn't know how to market. I didn't understand how to market. And the funny thing is my competitors copied me. So guess what? They burned up their money too. I mean, they had the same thing because I didn't know, and they were following the leader, and the leader didn't know how to market, so they were burning up their money too. But then I hired a really smart coach at one point in my 2 businesses before my consulting, and I had 2 new businesses. I was running 4 at the same time. I couldn't get the 2 new ones above break even. They were not getting above break even, and I was racking up thousands and thousands of dollars in credit card debt to try to market those businesses, and I just couldn't get them. We were getting people through the door, but they were the wrong people, and I couldn't figure out what is going on. Like, these aren't our customers, these aren't our clients. And so I hired a really brilliant coach. She was an excellent marketer, and she showed me everything I was doing wrong. And when she showed me and opened my eyes to great marketing, I just became a student and became hungry for great marketing, because I was like, wow, I have control over this stuff. And see, most people don't think they do. And I hear it over and over again, people burning up money in marketing. And so I'm really passionate to teach this to you, but most people don't have these things in place. And it's critical that you understand these things and that you have them in place for your business. And when you do, you will not miss customers. You'll actually be able to dominate your market and eliminate your competition. All right? Now, there's one other point that I want to bring up really quick now that I've gone into all of this. And I actually should have said it at the very beginning, and it just kind of slipped my mind when we're talking about lead capture, which is the very first piece of marketing, right? You have to look different in the market. So you have to set yourself apart. And this is really one of the very first pieces and one of the most overlooked pieces. People consistently say, oh, we're different. We're different. And I say, well, what makes you different? And they say, well, we're better. We deliver better service. And we have better customer service. Or we do this better. We do that better. Here's the thing. Unless your marketing can show how you're different and you can back it up, that is just jargon, and that's just platitudes, and that means nothing, because truthfully everyone can say it, right? And so when I hear somebody say, well, we're trustworthy, really? Prove it. Okay, prove it. And who else can say that? And the thing is, I can go to most businesses' websites, let's say plumbing companies, and I can look at all these plumbing companies' websites, and I can't tell one from the other. And guess what happens when you can't tell the difference between companies? You start shopping on price. You no longer, value is taken out of the equation, and now you're shopping on price. So when people tell me, well, nobody, we're getting price shoppers, well, that's a marketing problem. That's all a marketing problem. All right, so you've got to fix that. And so when you can set yourself apart in your marketing, and you can make your business the no-brainer choice, nobody will be able to compete with you. You can completely eliminate your competition. You can completely dominate your market. And so when you can do that, and you can combine it with all the things that I taught you, you will have a marketing strategy that will consistently grow your business. And then the other piece that I'm really not going to go into on this training, but the other piece is you've got to pay attention to sales conversion. So if you're getting a lot of leads, now you've got to work on improving your sales conversion. And here's the thing about marketing and sales. You always want to keep improving both. Don't ever kind of like rest on your laurels, like we have enough leads or we have enough sales right now. Don't ever rest on your laurels. Always think about, how can we improve? How can we improve? If you think about, if you're getting 10 leads, and let's say you close 2 leads out of 10, and each of those leads are worth, let's say your average client value, let's say, is $1,000. So you close 2 leads, that you've made $2,000 for your business, okay? But what if you could increase that sales conversion and you could close 4 leads or 5 leads? Now you have doubled, or even you could even triple your business just from that. And it's a very overlooked piece in most people's businesses. So to me, that's more about optimizing a business, but people are always out there trying to get more leads, instead of making sure they're getting good leads. That's the first thing, and then making sure they can close those leads. So that's kind of the next piece. So marketing and sales need to be cohesive in the way that they work together, but they are 2 separate processes, and you have to figure out where the breakdown is and never quit improving both. Always try to get a better return on your marketing dollars and your time and your effort, and always try to improve your sales conversion. And when you can do those 2 things, you will never be out of business. You'll never be out of business, because marketing and sales are absolutely the lifeblood and the oxygen of every business. So I'm Ann Carden. I hope this was helpful, and I can't wait until I teach you the next time. You have an amazing day. Bye-bye.